What's up, everybody? It's Movie Guy 808 back again. Hope everyone's having a happy new year. It's been a couple weeks since my last video. Just going to do a basic update today. Some stuff I got for Christmas, some stuff I got since New Year's, a little bit of everything. I wanted to start by saying that the Oscar nominations just came out, and I was very happy to see that this film, The Hunt, a Danish film, was nominated for Best Foreign Film. I really enjoyed this one, and while I've not seen obviously all the films nominated for Best Foreign Film, I really enjoyed this one. Mads Mikkelsen, the star, definitely one of my favorite actors, and he gives a great performance in this film. This is actually as you can see with the ratings dot, a European release. I'm not sure it's out on DVD and Blu Ray in the States yet, but when it does come out, definitely check it out. That was very good. Okay, now it's just some. I think these are all Blu-rays, pretty much, just basic stuff that I picked up recently. Many of these I've not seen yet, but what are you gonna do? Looper with Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. One I have not seen yet, but I've heard a lot about. Looking forward to watching Looper as soon as possible. Kind of a silly one, and one that when I saw it come out, I thought, wow, that's just gonna be awful. And I heard good things about it, so I ended up getting it. Again, it looks pretty stupid, I'll give you that. But Jack the Giant Slayer, by Bryan Singer, I think directed this. I don't know. Anyway, it turned out to be pretty good. I mean, it's a decent fantasy action movie for kids. It is PG-13, but it's pretty mild. But some good CGI. Ewan McGregor's in it. He's pretty good. The guy who plays the king is pretty good. Not terrible. Okay, one of Scream Factory's new releases, Night of the Comet, the classic 80s kind of horror sci-fi film. And again, all of these Scream Factory releases have the original cover art. I've shown a few of these before, and that's pretty neat. Night of the Comet cover art there. Haven't watched this one yet. I've heard a lot about it. Looking forward to seeing this. Really am a fan of the edition Scream Factory is putting out right now. They're putting out some really good stuff. Okay. So picked up the double feature of Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, both with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Got those because I was, of course, going to be getting the World's End. So just wanted to get the entire trilogy on Blu-ray here. I liked the World's End. Not sure it completely lived up to my expectations, but I did like it quite a bit. I have to say that my favorite of the trilogy is still probably Shaun of the Dead. Maybe that's just because I love zombie movies, but it's still my favorite. All three are good, funny films, though. I'm really a fan of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and the chemistry they have together. They're really good together. Okay, The Conjuring, new horror film that came out recently. Again, I've not seen this yet. I've seen Insidious, which is by the same director. Is it James Wan? Can't remember his name. I don't know. Heard this one was very good too. Everyone said you gotta see it. Has like the clapping hands on the front there. So I'm gonna watch The Conjuring some night when I'm ready for a scare. Okay, a couple Asian gangster films. I think these are Korean films, but don't hold me to that. A Company Man, saw a really good trailer for this, wanted to check it out. Basically, a guy that works as an assassin, and he works in a typical office. It just looks like he works for some real estate company or something, but it's actually just a company that trains and hires assassins. Then he turns against the company, and everyone's after him, and it looks pretty good. So I'll see it. Similar film. This one might be from no. Creators, I Saw the Devil. This one's Korean as well. New World, another South Korean gangster film. Looks pretty cool. And I'm a fan of this company, Wellgo USA. They put out some good stuff. They did that one too, as you can see. They're putting out some really good South Korean cinema right now. So I'm really looking forward to watching both of those. Those look pretty neat. Haven't seen it. Heard good things. Byzantium, a new vampire film. This is by the same person that did Interview with a Vampire, yes, which I really liked. Interview with a Vampire was great. This one looks good too. And that actress, cannot say her name, Saoirse Ronan, she's really good. I like her a lot. She's been in a few things that I've really enjoyed her in. So I'm looking forward to watching Byzantium. What do we got? Skin I Live In by Pedro Al... God, this is Almovar. Antonio Banderas, like him. Heard this was really good. I've seen Volver and a few other films by this director. He's a really good director, really smart guy, and I've heard good things about this. So I'm looking forward to watching The Skin I Live In. Okay, this is a Japanese film by Sion Sono, who did Suicide Club, Cold Fish, a few other films, and this is Love Exposure. This film is 4.5 hours long. Gonna really need to find a time where I can sit down and just watch it. It is supposed to be one of the weirder films you'll ever see. I mean, the main character is basically a guy that tries to take upskirt photos of girls. You know, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're trying to take pictures of girls' skirts, and I guess that's what he does for his profession. But this is supposed to be one of the most, visually impressive and interesting films to come out in a while. Apparently, what the film is trying to say goes far beyond that. You can just see from the imagery on the front with the cross covering the woman there that it is trying to say a lot of things about religion, about culture, youth culture, and I'm very interested to see this. I've loved all of Sion Sono's films so far, and even though this is a 4.5 hour film, I expect to enjoy this one as well. That'll be interesting to check out. Okay, a classic. Carlito's Way by Brian De Palma with Al Pacino. This is a great film. I mean, next to obviously Scarface, but next to a few other films and The Godfather, this is one of my favorite Al Pacino films. I like Serpico a lot too. Serpico is really good, but Sean Penn is really good in this too as the lawyer. This is a good film. I really enjoy Carlito's Way. John Leguizamo also in it. That's a good one. All right, what's that? A little bit of horror. We got High Tension, or Switchblade Romance, as it is known in some parts of the world. This is a great French horror film. Came out several years ago now. Was it 2003? But still holds up. This is a great film. I mean, along with like Martyrs and Inside, this is one of my favorite French horror films. And the French know what they're doing when it comes to horror films. They've been, along with maybe Japan and Korea, they've been churning out the best horror films lately. Spain has put out a few really good horror films as well. But, I don't know, man. American horror is dead. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. Great film. Bad Lieutenant by... It's not on the front. Don't tell me. Abel Ferreira? Abel Ferreira. Who called it? Great Harvey Keitel film if you have not seen this. I believe it is NC-17. Yeah. It's pretty explicit, pretty out there. Harvey Keitel gives a wonderful performance as a corrupt cop, just basically trying to keep his head above water. I mean, he's in deep with gambling debts. He's probably about to lose his job. He's heavily addicted to drugs. He has an interesting life. And just the performance by Harvey Keitel is very, very well done. The sequel by Werner Herzog, who I'm a big fan of Werner Herzog, but the sequel with Nicolas Cage, in my opinion, it was not nearly as effective. Nicolas Cage just feels like a cartoon whenever he's on screen. I just can't take him seriously. Whereas Harvey Keitel seems more like just a broken person. I mean, he just seems so depressed and angry and just broken. And I thought Harvey Keitel did a much better job than Nicolas Cage did in the sequel. Okay, and the last film here is a Triad trilogy, actually a trilogy of films. Although they were not originally made as a trilogy, I believe Election and Triad Election were two films in a series. And Triad Underworld is just kind of like a completely unrelated movie that's also about gangsters. So, there you go. At least one of these films, if not two of them, were directed by Johnny To. Great director from Hong Kong. The transfer is not very good on this at all. I would recommend getting the individual DVDs, and hopefully a better transfer will come out on Blu Ray eventually. But especially the first film, Election, is one of the best gangster films I've ever seen. It really is the Asian equivalent of The Godfather. It is incredible. I mean, it's a big story with lots of characters and a lot of dialogue, but just the tension and the pace, it's so well done. Very, very good gangster film, Election. All right, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm probably going to make a video again in the next couple days, but until then, take care.